US market crash, a dark day in American history. The US stock market has just suffered its worst single-day collapse since Black Monday in 1987. Over $1 trillion in market value was wiped out overnight. Nvidia's stock has plunged 17%, erasing nearly $600 billion, the largest single company loss in history. Microsoft and Google are also in free fall, and Wall Street is in panic mode. Investors are scrambling for answers. This isn't just a market correction. This isn't about interest rates or inflation. This is about AI. More specifically, this is about DeepSeek, a shocking Chinese AI breakthrough that no one saw coming. Despite US sanctions, despite the trade war restricting China's access to advanced NVIDIA chips, China has just developed one of the world's most powerful AI models, and they did it with less effort, at a fraction of the cost. DeepSeek is now the #1 most downloaded app in the US, surpassing ChatGPT. Its AI efficiency is so advanced that it threatens to disrupt the entire US AI industry. And all of this is happening just days after Donald Trump's inauguration, where he promised to make America great again and return the country to economic dominance. But instead of an economic boom, the US is facing a catastrophic market crash. The AI war has just escalated, and for the first time, it looks like the US might be losing. How did DeepSeek trigger this collapse? Why is it such a huge threat to American tech giants? And more importantly, what happens next? Let's break it all down. The immediate market impact, over $1 trillion wiped out. What happened today will go down as one of the darkest days in US stock market history. The Nasdaq is in free fall, down nearly 3%, marking its worst single-day performance in years. The S&P 500 is plunging, and the Dow Jones is following suit. Investors are selling off tech stocks at a record pace, and the numbers are staggering. Nvidia, the undisputed leader in AI hardware, has lost $600 billion in market value overnight. Its stock price has crashed by 17%, making it the single largest one-day value wipeout of any company in history. Microsoft and Google, two giants at the forefront of AI, have also seen billions erased from their valuations. This isn't just a tech sector correction. This is a seismic shift in investor confidence. And the reason? DeepSeek. A Chinese AI startup that barely anyone had heard of a week ago has suddenly emerged as a serious competitor to OpenAI, Google, and every major US AI company. Its game-changing efficiency and cost-effectiveness have sent shockwaves through the market. DeepSeek isn't just another AI model. It's faster, cheaper, and most importantly, it doesn't rely on NVIDIA's high-end chips to function. This is why NVIDIA's stock is crashing. For years, the AI boom has been built on NVIDIA's dominance in GPU hardware. Every AI startup, every tech company, every major AI model, from OpenAI's ChatGPT to Google's Gemini, has depended on NVIDIA's chips. But DeepSeek has just proven that AI can be trained and deployed without NVIDIA's expensive infrastructure. That realization is sending shockwaves across the industry. If AI no longer requires massive data centers and expensive NVIDIA chips, then why are investors pouring billions into AI companies that rely on them? The stock market is reacting in real time to this existential threat. Hedge funds are dumping AI-heavy portfolios. Tech analysts are slashing price targets for AI stocks. Wall Street is scrambling to understand what this means for the future of the industry. And this is all happening just days after Donald Trump's inauguration, where he vowed to restore American economic dominance. Instead of an economic surge, his administration is witnessing one of the worst market crashes in modern history. Is this a temporary panic? Or is this the moment the AI industry and America's tech leadership changes forever? Let's take a deeper look at DeepSeek, the Chinese AI that's sending the US stock market into chaos. DeepSeek, the AI model that stunned the world. Something unthinkable has just happened. A Chinese AI startup that almost no one had even heard of a week ago is now the #1 downloaded AI app in the US, surpassing ChatGPT on the App Store. Let that sink in. For years, OpenAI's ChatGPT has dominated the AI space. Google has spent billions trying to catch up with Gemini. Microsoft has integrated AI into everything from Windows to Office. But in just a matter of days, DeepSeek, a name that was virtually unknown outside of China, has skyrocketed to the top. How did this happen overnight? DeepSeek's unbelievable efficiency. The answer lies in something that has stunned Silicon Valley and shocked investors on Wall Street. DeepSeek's efficiency is on an entirely different level. DeepSeek was developed with just $5.6 million. tiny fraction of what US AI companies are spending. For comparison, OpenAI and Google are pouring in $1 billion or more per model, training on massive supercomputers filled with the latest NVIDIA GPUs. Yet somehow, DeepSeek achieved competitive performance, and did it in just 2 months. That's right. While ChatGPT and Gemini took years to train, requiring insane levels of computing power, DeepSeek was built in just 8 weeks, using far fewer resources. And here's the part that's truly shaking the AI industry. DeepSeek doesn't need the expensive NVIDIA chips that power every major AI model today. Instead, it runs efficiently on basic, widely available hardware. This is a paradigm shift. For years, the AI boom has been built around NVIDIA's dominance. Every major AI system, whether it's OpenAI, Google, or Anthropic, has been trained on NVIDIA's high-performance GPUs, which cost millions per chip and require massive data centers to operate. But DeepSeek has proven that you don't need NVIDIA's cutting-edge chips to develop world-class AI, and that changes everything. This is despite the US trade war and sanctions on AI chips. Here's where things get even more shocking. For the past 2 years, the US government has been desperately trying to slow down China's AI progress. In 2023 and 2024, Washington banned NVIDIA from selling its most advanced AI chips to China, hoping to cripple their AI research. The logic was simple. If China couldn't access the best hardware, it wouldn't be able to compete in AI. But DeepSeek just destroyed that assumption. China doesn't need NVIDIA's top-tier chips anymore. They've found another way. By focusing on algorithmic efficiency, DeepSeek has proven that software advancements can compensate for weaker hardware. That raises a massive question. Has the US already lost the AI war? If China can build world-class AI models at a fraction of the cost, without relying on American chips, American data centers, or American tech giants, then what exactly is stopping them from pulling ahead? This is why investors are panicking. This is why NVIDIA's stock is collapsing. And this is why the entire future of AI dominance is now uncertain. Is this just a one-time event? Or is this the beginning of China overtaking the US in artificial intelligence? Let's take a look at how the market is reacting, and why Wall Street is in full-blown crisis mode. The market's biggest fear, the AI arms race, just changed. Wall Street is in full-blown crisis mode. For years, investors were told that AI was America's next big gold rush, a trillion-dollar industry that would solidify US dominance for decades. Tech giants like Microsoft, Google, and OpenAI have poured billions into AI, building massive data centers, securing exclusive NVIDIA chip deals, and hiring the world's top engineers. The entire investment strategy of Silicon Valley and Wall Street was built on one belief, that the US would always be ahead in AI. But now, that belief is shattering in real time. DeepSeek's emergence has completely changed the game. Why DeepSeek is a nightmare for US tech giants. This isn't just about one AI model being better than another. DeepSeek is forcing a brutal reality check on the entire US AI industry. If China can develop a top-tier AI system for just $5.6 million, then why are US companies spending billions on training their models? If DeepSeek can run without high-end NVIDIA chips, then why are AI startups paying millions for expensive cloud computing just to keep up? If Chinese AI models are just as good or better than ChatGPT, then why should companies continue investing in US tech giants? These questions are shaking Wall Street to its core. Hedge funds are dumping AI-heavy portfolios. Tech analysts are re-evaluating AI stock valuations. And for the first time, investors are asking a terrifying question. What if China wins the AI war? The two futures of AI, and why the US is falling behind. Until now, the AI industry has followed one dominant path: brute force computing. Big tech companies like OpenAI, Google, and Meta train massive AI models by throwing billions of dollars at the problem. They built gigantic data centers, bought millions of NVIDIA GPUs, and burned through incredible amounts of electricity just to stay ahead. But DeepSeek is proving that there is another path: algorithmic efficiency. Instead of relying on overpowering hardware, DeepSeek's technology optimizes software to deliver the same level of intelligence with a fraction of the resources. This is devastating news for NVIDIA and the US AI ecosystem. If DeepSeek's efficiency-first model becomes the new standard, the entire AI chip market could collapse as companies shift away from expensive GPUs. AI data centers, once considered the backbone of AI progress, could become less relevant as AI models become smaller, faster, and more efficient. US tech companies, once thought to have an insurmountable lead, could lose their competitive edge as China's software-driven approach proves to be cheaper and more scalable. And the worst part? China figured this out first. How the US AI strategy just backfired. For years, the US has tried to cripple China's AI ambitions by cutting off NVIDIA chips and restricting access to high-end computing. The assumption was simple: no powerful chips, no powerful AI. But DeepSeek just exposed the fatal flaw in that strategy. China doesn't need NVIDIA's hardware anymore. They've leapfrogged the entire US playbook by focusing on smarter algorithms, not just brute force computing. And now the US is caught completely off guard. Tech leaders are scrambling. NVIDIA's stock is collapsing. And Washington is starting to realize that their AI sanctions may have pushed China in the exact direction it needed to win. The AI arms race isn't just changing, the US might already be losing. What happens next? Will Silicon Valley pivot to efficiency-first AI? Will the US government impose new restrictions on Chinese AI? Or is this the moment the AI war officially shifts in China's favor? Let's look at how the US is scrambling to respond, and why Washington is now in full-blown panic mode. What happens next? The US response. Washington is in full-blown panic mode. Just days ago, President Donald Trump stood at the steps of the Capitol, taking his oath of office, promising to make America great again and bring back US economic dominance. His return to the White House was supposed to mark a new golden age for American industry, technology, and innovation. Instead, his administration is now facing one of the worst stock market crashes in decades. DeepSeek has exposed a harsh truth. The AI war isn't just heating up. The US might already be losing. The White House scrambles for a response. Trump's advisors are rushing to assess the damage. Tech CEOs, policymakers, and financial leaders are all trying to figure out how to contain the crisis. The biggest question on everyone's mind: what does the US do next? The Biden administration spent years blocking China from accessing NVIDIA's most advanced AI chips, believing that without them, Chinese AI research would stall. That strategy has now backfired spectacularly. DeepSeek has proven that China doesn't need NVIDIA's high-end GPUs to develop world-class AI. They found another way. Now the US has limited options, and none of them are ideal. Option 1. Ban DeepSeek in the US. One possible response is to completely ban DeepSeek in the United States. The government could use national security concerns to remove the app from Apple and Google's app stores, just like it attempted with TikTok. But banning DeepSeek won't stop the real problem. The AI war isn't just about who has the most popular chatbot. It's about who controls the future of artificial intelligence. Even if DeepSeek is blocked in the US, China's AI technology will continue advancing at an unprecedented speed. Option 2. Double down on AI investment. Another response is for the US government to massively increase funding for AI research, pouring even more money into companies like OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and Anthropic. But that raises a bigger problem. What if money isn't the issue? The US AI giants are already spending billions. OpenAI, Meta, and Google are investing up to $100 billion in AI infrastructure. Yet DeepSeek was developed for just $5.6 million. If China can build world-class AI at a fraction of the cost, then simply throwing more money at the problem won't fix it. Option 3. Restrict global AI trade. There's also speculation that the US might pressure its allies, Europe, Japan, South Korea, and India, to restrict access to Chinese AI technology. But will that work? Right now, a quarter of all electric vehicles in Europe are made in China because they are cheaper and better than their American counterparts. The same thing could happen in AI. If DeepSeek or future Chinese AI models outperform American AI at a lower cost, countries may ignore US restrictions and adopt Chinese AI anyway, just like they did with electric cars, semiconductors, and telecom infrastructure. The harsh reality: the US wasn't ready for this moment. For years, Washington and Silicon Valley believed the AI race would be won with brute force computing. Build bigger models, spend more money, buy more NVIDIA chips. That was the strategy. DeepSeek just destroyed that entire playbook. Instead of brute force AI, China has mastered AI efficiency. Instead of relying on expensive Nvidia chips, China has developed models that run on basic hardware. Instead of needing billions of dollars in funding, China has proven it can achieve AI breakthroughs with minimal investment. And now, the US is struggling to keep up. The entire tech world is watching closely. Investors are wondering if American AI giants will adapt or be left behind. Washington is considering whether more restrictions, more funding, or outright bans are the solution. And the world is asking a much bigger question. Is this the moment China overtakes the US in AI? What happens next? The AI war just got real. Is this the beginning of a superpower's fall? The US stock market is in chaos. Tech giants are losing billions overnight. Washington is scrambling for answers. And it all comes down to one thing.
Game over.
DeepSeek has just changed the AI game forever. For decades, America led the world in technology, innovation, and economic dominance. AI was supposed to be the next frontier that kept the US ahead. But now, in just a matter of days, China has delivered a shocking wake-up call. DeepSeek isn't just another AI model. It's a symbol of something much bigger. The global balance of power is shifting, and the cracks in America's dominance are starting to show. For the first time, investors are seriously questioning whether US tech giants can keep up. Policymakers are realizing that sanctions and trade wars didn't stop China. They made it stronger. And now, the rest of the world is watching, asking the same question. Is this just an AI breakthrough? Or is this what always happens before a superpower falls? Because history tells us no superpower stays on top forever. The warning signs are always there. Denial, desperation, and then collapse. And if the past is any indication, what's happening today is just the beginning. To understand how superpowers fall, and whether the US is now heading down that path, watch this next video. This is what always happens before a superpower falls. Because what's happening now? It's bigger than just AI. This is history unfolding in real time, and the world will never be the same again.